And like I said, I know you got a lot left in you, but what's next in the boxing world for D?
Yeah. I think I'm gonna take a trip. I got to do. Man, I'm thinking about doing ayahuasca. You ever heard of that before?
No,
that is not a boxing thing.
I know that, but that's leading into it.
Yes,
that's gonna be my decision making factor.
Okay, I got you.
Ayahuasca is something that you're taking on a spiritual journey. You're using DMT and stuff like that. And I've been really, really interested in that. You know what I'm saying? Going to getting shamans and stuff like that, and just I want to go down this journey.
But first,
this path.
You have to explain. Okay, so ayahuasca is like. It's like a form of DMT. So DMT is like a hallucinogen, right?
Okay.
So it's like, so there's mushrooms. Is like
almost like mushroom, but on
lower level,
times,
different level,
right?
Okay.
There's mushroom, and then there's this like frog secretion, and then there's ayahuasca. So it's like the highest of mental, and then there's acid. So it's like it's like mushrooms, like natural, right? So mushrooms. Then you have acid. Then you have fog secretion, then you have ayahuasca. Okay. So ayahuasca is in your system for a long time.
Yeah.
Like 8 hours, 10 hours, like 12 hours, depending on how much your body can intake. Okay. So you have no control. Like they call it purging. So you can throw up on yourself, you could shit on yourself.
I'm gonna wear a pamper though. I am.
So I told
him, man,
I said, I'm gonna take care of you.
Don't put on the regular one. So it ain't gonna fit. You're a grown man.
Depends.
Get the depends. You get a pamper, your ass gonna be in trouble.
You got four and start hanging.
Get a grown man pamper.
Digging everything.
Get the pins, not the pamper. All right, get the pamper. Your ass gonna be messed up.
Oh my gosh.
Get the pins.
Oh my gosh. So you have no control, like
over your body,
everything, your body, your mental, no control. So supposedly, how they say this is a spiritual journey. So you go through a spiritual journey of your life. It makes you change your way of thinking.
Okay.
So you could come out a preacher, you could come out a boxer, you could come out marrying someone, you could do whatever. They said that there's a lot of divorces that have been mended from ayahuasca. So it's like a spiritual healing type of journey.
Cutting their hair off because they've seen something in their path that didn't sit well with them. And so, like, you have a lot of celebrities that have done it.
Yeah.
So I know Will have done it.
Will Smith. Yeah, Will does everything. I love Will, man. That's
he'll scuba dive as well.
Is he? Matter of fact, I saw him in Dubai in this world largest pool.
No,
He's
I want to do that too.
No, I'm good.
One of my friends told me about that joint.
I played golf with Will. That's so I wouldn't do that with Will. But no, I get that. So you basically saying that once you go through that journey, that's gonna kind of help you or lead you to what you're gonna do.
It's gonna help me navigate my decision making of what I want to return to the sport. Now, like I said,
what's good, family? Shout out to my doggy Martin Karan for sending in that much needed boostful coin, the most boostful coin. So we just heard there from your mans, Deontay, the crank, Deontay the fiend Wilder. He fiending for substances right now. Now, what can I say? People who follow the sport of NFL will know that often individuals who have taken significant amounts of brain trauma end up wilding out, and involving themselves in thrill-seeking behaviours. As once the brain is damaged, there's some research implying, or apparently, it messes with the pathways in the brain, the pleasure pathways, and these guys end up on the rock, heavy off that rock, trying to get some sort of buzz. Apparently, when you take head trauma, it can reduce the amount of naturally produced chemicals in the brain, like serotonin or dopamine and whatnot. So these cats apparently, whole bunch of head trauma, they end up off the rock, they end up doing mad things, like with weapons and whatever else, just mad thrill-seeking, unexplained thrill-seeking behaviour. Now, what can we say? I told you before the Fury rematch, I told you I was hearing from physicians close to Deontay Wilder that he was going through it. physiologically, yeah, mentally, but physiologically as well. His brain went all the way there. Yeah, and guess what? The rematch, it didn't end up playing out well for him, did it? Let's be real now. His brain didn't recover any more from that, did it? 100%. And now we hear the guy saying, he's fiending right now. He need them chemicals. Now, people are trying to make out that, oh, no, it's more of an experience. Listen, all I'm saying is, guess what? Deontay Wilder, he wasn't doing any of this. People who know me know I follow patterns, yeah? And guess what? Like I said, when he was winning, he weren't trying to be involved in any of these thrill-seeking behaviours. Or not even necessarily thrill-seeking behaviours, but he wasn't trying to do none of this extracurricular stuff, was he? Extracurricular stuff. Better yet, he wasn't trying to do any of this potentially pagan stuff as well. Deontay Wilder alleges he's religious and whatever else, but I'm not sure what the scriptures say about this kind of thing. And what comes to my mind is potentially seeking other idols as such, meaning that, oh, I need to find a way, I need to use this substance to help me find a way and whatever else. Wait a minute, I thought you was godly. Oops. Yeah, I thought if you're godly, if you have an alleged relationship with God, then surely he gonna put you on your path. Yeah, why do you need some next substance for? It don't really add up, does it? And that's what the ironic thing is, and that's why I'm always critical of a lot of these so-called religious people, because it's easy to be religious when you're winning, when you're up. Anyone can say, oh, thank God. It's another whole different ball game when you're down bad. Yeah, that's when you really, well, that in theory, that's when we find out where people's faith really lies. Because when you're completely washed up, Deontay Wilder believed he was anointed. Yeah, he believed it. And going into the rematch with Fury, he believed that he was going to get his get back. Oops. He got swatted again. And now we see all that faith disappeared. Now he need the rock. That's what he's saying. Deontay Wilder's saying he ain't got no more faith. Because think about it. If you had faith, if you're super religious, why would you need why would you need the rock for? Yeah, he need the rock. That's what he said. Yeah, Deontay Wilder said, listen, I'm down bad. I need some direction. And what's that old saying? What's the saying alcoholics say? They say, I'm drinking like the answer's in the bottle. Yeah? And your man Wilder, he licking that rock. he licking that rock. Like the answer is in the pipe. 100%. There's no doubt about that. Your man Wilder, he off the pipe right now. He off that ready rock in the US. That's what they call it. That's what I'm hearing anyway. That's what I'm hearing 100%. Yeah? I mean, these behaviours here we're seeing exhibited by Wilder are fiend behaviours. He's fiending for the answer. He need the answer. He need the bigger picture. And if I was the board who was responsible for sanctioning Wilder, he ain't getting no license. Because this man, especially when you look where he's come from, he ain't well. 100%. No doubt about that. Because if he was, he'd have been doing this. He could have been, of course, spade is spade. He could have been doing this when he was winning. Could he not? Oops. So why wasn't he? Why is it now? And I think that trying to use a substance to solve some sort of answer for you. If you in it, think about it. He's saying, oh, I need the rock. Yeah, I need a pipe. I need the pipe to help me get back to boxing. I need the answer's in the pipe. The answer's in the drink. That's the equivalent. The equivalent, yeah. What you're hearing Wilder say is the equivalent of an alcoholic saying, oh, I need to drink some more to find out if I want to, you know what I'm saying? Oh, the answer's in the bottle. If I get to the bottom of the bottle, I'm going to find the answer. That's what he's saying, bottom line. He ain't saying, yep, well, me and God are going to have a conversation and we're going to work out. No, he's saying he need to engage in extracurricular activities involving speculative substances. And that's not a good look. And I do to some extent feel sorry for Wilder. Yeah? Any man who going through it to this extent, yeah, he think his future, oh, if I have this, maybe it's going to show me. What do you think it's going to show you? And if I was advising Wilder, it's weird because it's almost like his wife or his girlfriend is gassing him up. Yeah, let's do the ready rock. Yeah, let's get the pipe out, 100%. Let's have I'll tell you what to do, Wilder. Let's have a massive sesh on the pipe and we're going to find the answer what to do next. It's weird. It's a weird thing. She seems, and that's the problem you see, people like Mike Tyson and whatnot, they've gassed up all this toad venom. Oh yeah, let's get off the toad venom. And people have gassed it. All this psychedelic rubbish. Everyone's gassed it way out of proportion. Yeah. Oh, you know what I mean? Like it's a miracle saver. Listen, Wilder. Bottom line is, eat as much as I want. Listen, whatever I say about Wilder, he has pound for pound, Hall of Fame level heart. There's no take. I'd never take that away from him. He's proven that. In this sport today, there's a lot of woofers. Deontay Wilder has proven he has pound for pound, Hall of Fame levels of heart. 100%. But, again, that doesn't mean I'm going to lie to you. And if anything, that makes me care more for his health. And if you need, just think about it. Imagine what Wilder would have 5 years ago when Wilder was champion, yeah? What would he say if Tyson Fury, for example, was saying, oh, I'm not sure if I want to carry on, but let me have some pipe, yeah? Let me have a few licks of the pipe. That's 100%. What do you think Deontay Wilder would say? Deontay Wilder would be going off right now, saying how he a fiend, he down bad, he going through it, and that's why, I'm sorry, but that's how it comes across. For an athlete who's been living a clean life, who hasn't been involved in any of that rubbish, especially someone who is allegedly godly, or holy, or whatever you want to call it, spiritual, it's a bit of a weird one for me, truth be known. And that in itself, seeking a substance for an answer, is a bad look, in my opinion. If anyone around Wilder, anyone with any rationality or any level of IQ around Wilder, that in itself, if Deontay Wilder needs that to find the answer, that means you don't want to carry on. Do you understand? Wilder's saying, oh, I think I'm going to have some of the Ready Rock, and the Ready Rock going to work out whether I want to carry on or not. Listen, if you have to, that's your process. Yeah? If you need two licks of the Ready Rock, yeah? If you need to two lick the pipe, yeah? If you need two licks of the pipe to try and work out what you want to do, you ain't want to carry on no more. That's what that says to me. I've never heard of anything like it. The only person who will tell you things like that, the only person who will tell you, oh, I need to drink the rest of this bottle to work out what to do next, the only person who can do that is someone who down super bad. Yeah, you got to be going all the way through it to have that kind of logic. Think about it. Like I said, when Wilder was champion, do you think he needed two lick of the Ready Rock? Yeah, do you think he needed two lick of the pipe to work out what to do next? Absolutely not. He was godly. He was spiritual. He knew exactly where he was going. He was a messenger from God or something like that. He said he was a warrior for God or something like that. Now, where do warrior? You know what I mean? Because yes. Things in life are fleeting. Sometimes you're up, sometimes you're down. So I'm quite surprised that this is rocked. I don't know, I'm not surprised, because it's well known. People become attached to the things they are. I.e., I'm champion, or I'm not champion now. So I understand how he's fell off. It's not a big shock, is it? Most people who are in that situation end up falling off, and it's difficult to recover. But the amount of time he spent woofing about his spirituality, it is a bit of a shame, truth be known. I'd have much rather him said, I'd be much more happy to see him keeping his resolve and saying, listen, definitively, I'm done or I'm not done with the sport. Do you understand? That's what's important now. Are you done or are you not done? There's no amount of Ready Rock. There's no amount of the pipe. There's no, listen, Wilder. There's no, you can take as many licks of the pipe as you want. It ain't gonna make no difference. Yeah, you can lick that pipe hard for a week. Yeah, you can fly. I tell you what, you can fly to Missouri and get some of the finest crank, some of the A1 crank from Missouri, 100%. And you can do as much as you want, but it ain't gonna give you no more clarity. That's for sure. Not even a bit of clarity. But again, people around Wilder, if they care about Wilder, and bear in mind, Wilder's gonna have some big offers coming in now, allegedly from Team AJ. And I guess to some extent, no matter what state Wilder's in, if he's being offered 20-30 mil, I'd take it no matter what state he's in. Because 20-30 mil ain't going to hurt no one, is it? I'll be taking that. I don't care what anyone says. I'll be taking that. For a 12-week camp, no matter what state you're in, take the 20 mil, in my opinion, if that offer comes in. But beyond that, the decision to carry on should never be determined on fleeting things like the rock, like the pipe, like the crank, yeah, like the drink. No good. I'm surprised that they're having that conversation as well. But again, it's people like Mike Tyson, who's washed himself, completely washed. Mike Tyson completely washed, yeah, and he'd been through it himself. So I'm surprised. It's sad in a way that he promoting all this crap. But then again, Mike Tyson, he benefiting from it. Mike Tyson, he sells most of this rubbish to some extent. He's involved with the places who offer it, or them kind of things. Mike's weird like that. All Mike cares about is the coin. Yeah, he got no shame. So, like I said, people like Mike have gassed it up. Oh, I got the toad, and I do. You know what I mean? And Joe Rogan to some extent. Joe Rogan gassed as well. Gassed. Oh, the toad, the toad. Yeah, the pipe. Yeah, two lick. Yeah, the rock. All that kind of stuff. It's weird. I don't know. It's weird for me anyway. It's weird, and it's way too gassed up as well. People, and that's it's sad. Because they've gassed it so hard, you've now got people like Wilder thinking there's some answers in there. Do you understand? That's how hard they've gassed it. They've gassed it now. I think Wilder's thinking things like that can really make rational decisions, i.e. whether you want to carry on. Imagine that. Can you imagine it? And again, imagine if you said to Wilder 5 years ago, Wilder, have some of this and it's going to help you. He'd have laughed at you, wouldn't he? Or he'd have said, oh, you're a nitty or whatever. He'd have gone in. And arguably rightfully so. So it's sad to see how someone's fallen up so far, in my opinion. Because these aren't the statements from someone who feels whole. These are the things from someone who's desperate, who's seeking. Yeah, they're seeking answers. Like I said, these are the things from a man who trying to find the answer within the bottle. No doubt. So people around Wilder should tell him, yes, if you get a massive offer, take it. But it should, again, even if that does happen, it ain't got nothing to do with no toad venom, has it? Do you understand? There ain't no answers there. Either take them 20 million and end it, or don't do anything at all. That's what people should be telling him. Not his wife gassing him up. Yeah. The answer's in some next substance that's from, you know what I mean? Oh, yeah, the answer's in the toad venom. Yeah. Let's do some toad venom. And again, I haven't got nothing wrong with that in itself. I.e., if you want to do some toad venom for doing some toad venom's sake, yeah? If you want to have 2 lick of the pipe, or if you want to have 2 lick of the Ready Rock, then that is what it is. But do it for that, if you get what I'm saying. Don't do it, oh, well, it's going to get... You see what I'm trying to say? They're completely independent. What am I trying to say? They're completely independent things. Whether you continue in your career is a completely independent decision to whether you have some next toad venom thing. Toad venom is its own thing. Don't be thinking it's some answer. It's weird. Yeah? Completely different. Completely separate. That's how things should be looked at, in my opinion. No doubt.